Hey everyone, this is jokerspice, bringing a little spice to your life. Today I wanted to talk about the next generation of Pokemon, which has been announced to come out worldwide on November 18th, 2022. At the point of making this video, I haven't really made any Pokemon content on the channel, so I figured I'd break the ice type Pokemon and add to the discussion over some recent news. I also figured I'd talk briefly over my own feelings of Pokemon, the franchise in general, and the recent developments in the games. Before I get into the nitty-gritty in this episode, let me know which one of the three starters, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, or Quaxly, you want to pick for your first playthrough of the games in the comments below. If you like this video, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more content. You know I'm going to be covering this game when it finally comes out. So, I guess to start off, I wanted to talk about recent generations. You don't need a Psychic Pokemon with Move Future Sight to guess that I'm probably a big Pokemon fan. I still hold Pokemon to a really high degree, and for the most part, I enjoy most of the games that I've played. Pokemon is one of the impossibly large franchises that accomplishes a lot with their products, and everyone has their own reasons for playing the Pokemon games. For me though, discovering new Pokemon in the tall grass, being surprised at what I see, and falling in love with team members as I experiment to see which ones I want on my team, is like what I really like about the games, and almost every generation delivers on this. Everyone will have their favorite generation. Mine is Generation 3. I don't think there's too much water. But I definitely think some are weaker than others. There used to be so much time in between each generation, so when a new one came out, it felt like there was a lot to do and a lot to discover. But recently, they kind of chug out those Pokemon games pretty quickly, so I just don't feel like there's so much content in each games anymore. However, I feel like some of the previous generations just felt like I'm walking in a straight line. Like quite literally, and I don't really enjoy that feeling. I really like that feeling of discovery, especially in the older generations, where you can kind of go off the regular route and discover things that are either optional or you just have something interesting to them that you would not normally think would be there. Pokemon games nowadays can't just play like they did on the Game Boy or DS. The technology has evolved, the player base has evolved, our wants and expectations of the series has evolved, and the Pokemon Company needs to innovate and catch up. I understand that Pokemon's a really big game, so like making a huge Elden Ring or Skyrim Pokemon game is a pretty tall order, but Pokemon is literally the largest media franchise in the world, so it's not like they don't have the money or the support to do it. The other thing I notice with Pokemon is that they tend to evolve really slowly. It takes multiple games and generations to implement certain changes or mechanics, or to phase out certain game mechanics and stuff like that. Like taking away HM moves, and having ride Pokemon instead. Or making the Pokemon storage accessible from everywhere, anywhere. So moving on to a lot of the more recent games specifically, especially Pokemon Legends Arceus. Before we get to that one though, in Pokemon X and Y and Sun and Moon and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, we have Ride Pokemon, and then in Sword and Shield, we have the giant, although pretty much empty, open world areas that you can explore. And you can see, from each game, there was, a step, one thing they wanted to experiment. And Pokemon Legends Arceus gives us that glimpse of what Pokemon open world games could look like, and combines a lot of these elements in a cohesive title. However, Legends Arceus came out really recently after, a mainline remake game, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. And that game played things really safely, a lot of people were really disappointed because they felt like it was exactly the same as Diamond and Pearl, and to a lot of people that is either better or worse. I really like the game, but I can definitely see where people are coming from with it. And I think that Arceus was a really good game, but it didn't really feel like a mainline game. Battling takes a back seat, there's only a handful of new Pokemon evolutions and forms, and some of the new mechanics, although really interesting, like the agile style and the strong style stuff, I really like that. It didn't feel like they were completely explored thoroughly. I felt like there was more that they could do with it. Or at the very least, I felt like the game could have implemented them in ways. There are end game challenges, so you can like get a really strong team together and fight them. But like during the main story and stuff, I didn't feel like it reached that potential. Don't get an outrage when I say this, but I felt like the game almost felt like a giant proof of concept, or like a giant tech demo for the direction that Pokemon could go in. But not to say that in disrespect to Legends Arceus. I still think it was a really good game. I spent a lot of time playing it. And now we're getting to Pokemon Generation 9. For Pokemon Generation 9, we already have confirmation this game is supposed to be a seamless open world rather than the segregated open world that we see in Arceus. The idea is you're supposed to tackle the game's challenges in whatever order in the new region, and there's going to be new Pokemon and new characters, and even a multiplayer mode is included, with a player being able to tag along with 3 additional players during the main adventure. We still don't really know what that entails, if it like you're just chilling in the overworld with them, or if you're actually gonna do stuff together. We don't really know that. But it does seem like this is an extremely ambitious title. We're combining many elements from the previous games and generations. And it almost seems like the last 2 generations, 8 and 9, were all like practice for this one, or sorry, 7 and 8 were practice for this one, or at the very least, the Pokemon game company has been making extreme strides to listening to their fans recently, and what they've been asking, and finally taking a chance and to risk innovation for their game. On paper, this is what everyone's been asking for. We haven't seen any confirmation for Ride Pokemon yet, but I have a feeling it's probably gonna make its way into this game, just because it's one of those things everybody always loves. That and Pokemon that like follow you, and I know a lot of people were really disappointed with the way it was implemented, both in Pokemon Sword and Shield and in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So hopefully it comes back, and it comes back in a way people like. I think the game looks really good graphically too. It's not any particularly better than Legends Arceus, and I know a lot of people had complaints about that game, but I think this game looks pretty good. It's very vibrant, there's lots of colors, the Pokemon models look really sleek, and you can already see in the trailer that, you know, the Pokemon are just hanging out in the wild like they do in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and, you know, take the existing animations, add more animations, and you got yourself like a really cool world. Another thing I wanted to talk about briefly was the story in Pokemon games. I never expect Pokemon games to have a strong story. Almost none of the mainline Pokemon games have any kind of strong or overly dramatic story, with the possible exception of Pokemon Black and White, for tackling that most obvious question of the concern of Pokemon battling and whether Pokemon actually want to do this. However, I was pretty disappointed with how vapid and empty Pokemon Sword and Shield story was. For the first mainline original Pokemon game on a home console, with technology far surpassing the 3DS and previous handheld, I just thought the story was so underwhelming. I didn't care about any of the characters, the villains, the heroes, or anyone, because the game honestly didn't care about them. At least it didn't seem so to me, which is honestly a shame, because I thought the framework for a compelling story was there. Stories can be hard to write for open-ended games, especially like with games like Breath of the Wild, where you can accomplish different tasks in different orders. So I'm not expecting Generation 9 Scarlet and Violet to have this grand epic or anything like that, but I am hoping there's going to be something for me to make me care about the world, about the characters' motivations. Maybe they get developed and the plot. I thought Arceus had a fine story, and I'm honestly not looking for anything deeper from that than that from a Pokemon game. So hopefully that game is a premonition of what's to come. Just like looking at the trailer and seeing that they confirmed that the game has a past and future motif, I'm wondering if maybe that could extend to the starter Pokemon as well. Like in Pokemon Scarlet, that version focuses on the past, and Pokemon Violet focuses on the future. You can see that with the professors, where in Pokemon Scarlet you have the girl professor who's like wearing like the caveman outfit, and then you have the other professor in Violet that's wearing a more futuristic outfit. So it would be kind of cool if like the starter final evolutions were kind of like that too. This is just an idea, not something I'm asking to be implemented, but it would be kind of cool. Like maybe Sprigatito evolves as some kind of feral saber-toothed tiger in Scarlet. It's got like a grass ground or grass rock typing. But maybe in Pokemon Violet, Sprigatito evolves into some kind of like Puss in Boots kind of Pokemon, and it's like a grass steel type with its sword, or it's a grass fairy type or something like that. I'm definitely not suggesting they do this for every Pokemon in the Pokedex, or at least all the new Pokemon, although exclusive Pokedexes for Pokemon games does sound pretty tantalizing. And it would make an even greater incentive for trading Pokemon, even Pokemon that you already own, because if they're coming from a different game, they could evolve into a completely different Pokemon. Just food for thought. It's not like they wouldn't do something like this before. We've already seen region forms for lots of different Pokemon, including starter Pokemon like in Legends Arceus. So, you know, this could be something that could be implemented. The last thing I wanted to talk about was just some of my own personal wishes for this generation. Things that I want to see happen. I'm not like a particularly hard person to please when it comes to Pokemon. Like, I understand Pokemon is for everybody. But here are just some things I want. I want that huge open world to discover new places in Pokemon. Or at the very least, a Pokemon game where I'm not walking in a straight line the whole time. Sword and Shield felt like I'm walking the straight line the whole time. And even though I really like Pokemon Black and White, you literally walk in a straight line the entire time. And it doesn't really feel like I'm exploring a region if I'm just going in a straight line the whole time. On that note, I actually do like strength puzzles in like previous games, so I'm hoping puzzles and other kinds of challenges exist in the overworld. Or at the very least, I do like the gym challenges in Sword and Shield. I liked how more involved they were. And I'm hoping to see more of that kind of stuff in this game. I want the story to be as good or better than the ones in Legends Arceus. Again, I'm not expecting like a crazy story, like a grand epic. Like, I'm not expecting like Xenoblade Chronicles or Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess or anything like that. I'm not expecting Final Fantasy. I'm just expecting something to keep me motivated to play it. And the last thing I want is for Sprigatito to keep its damn paws on the ground. Can we have that? Can we stop it with the Incineroar-like evolutions? I'm sick and tired of them. Alright, thanks guys so much for watching. If you guys want some more Pokemon content, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.